So many celebrities have passed through the Los Angeles County Department of Medical Examiner Coroner. You think the City of the Stars would have located it in a better part of town. Instead, the next to final resting place for the likes of John Belushi, Whitney Houston, and Michael Jackson is at the end of a rundown row of auto body shops and cheap taco joints 2 miles east of downtown. On a cold morning in January of 2006, I parked Ma Jr., my beat up red 94 Toyota Tercel, in the office lot and headed into the coroner's investigative division, hoping for my next big headline. Once inside the wood paneled lobby, I buzzed the reception desk. "I'm here to see Assistant Chief Winter," I told the receptionist. 5 minutes later, she let me in. I didn't need directions to the office of Ed Winter. As a crime reporter for the LA Weekly, an alternative paper modeled on New York's vintage voice, I had been there many times following up on the gang murders, robberies gone array, and organized crime hits, and the like. The unlikeliest victims always wound up here. So did the bodies of departed Hollywood celebrities and has-beens. With more than 50 people dead a day passing through the busiest coroner's office in the United States, there was usually a story to be told, if Winter was in the mood to tell it. Winter, the coroner's media liaison, was a former cop who served in a Los Angeles suburb as a SWAT team member and undercover narcotics officer. I started pestering him shortly after he was hired in 2003. He was brought in to help rehabilitate the coroner's office, which had been shaken up by a series of scandals, including a rat infestation at the long-term storage crypt in which rodents had chewed into some of the body bags and gnawed on some of the corpses. Winter's experience and laid-back personality won him the position of official spokesman whenever a celebrity died. By the time I walked into his life with my chicken scratch filled reporter's notebook, he was a seasoned pro who had handled the hanging suicide of one-time child actor Jonathan Brandis, the strange death of Robert Pastorelli, who played portly painter Eldon Bernanke on Murphy Brown, and the death of super freak singer Rick James. Winter's first day on the job catapulted him into one of the city's biggest murder mysteries, the death of 40-year-old Alana Clarkson, the B-list actress and House of Blues nightclub hostess, found fatally shot in the Alhambra mansion of much heralded but nonetheless oddball music producer Phil Spencer. Winter learned quickly how important it was to choose his words carefully because they would appear the next day in print and could define a celebrity's life and after death. On this January day, he sat behind his scarred wooden desk and stared intently at his computer screen. His eyes shifted briefly to a mini replica of the Harley Davidson he rode on the weekends. Then he waved for me to take a seat. "What brings you here today?" he asked. There was a hint of smirk on his face as he rubbed his fingers over his salt and pepper goatee. It seemed something was up. "Just checking in. Anything interesting going on?" I asked, casually gesturing to an autopsy on his desk. "Nah," he said flatly, and he slid the report into the top drawer. I smiled and reached across his desk to retrieve a butterscotch candy from a glass bowl. It was going to be one of those cat and mouse days. As a crime reporter, I regularly popped by to see Winter. When I was on the hunt for an autopsy report or digging up information about a cause of death, he was the first person I called. Winter not only provided the information I was looking for, but when he was in the mood, he also gave me valuable investigative tips that only a veteran cop would know and understand, as vital to doing through a thorough job. And when he was in a really forthcoming mood, he would offer me a Starbucks iced coffee from his mini fridge. So this is